As cities change with time, this magnificent harbour remains the same. It's a place that forever fascinates and enchants. The romance of the water, indigo sunsets, sails billowing in the breeze, the quiet by the moonlight. The story of Kurraba Point follows the history of much of Sydney Harbour. In the early days of colony, it was quarried for its sandstone, like many headlands on the harbour. Then the old steamship company moved in, later the ferry workshops. In the post-war years, Kurraba Point became more valued for its beauty. Foreshore industry faded, replaced by parkland and prime waterfront properties seeking out the water views. Where else in the world can you live in a place that captures everything we love most about this great harbour city? Where natural treasures and man-made icons assemble on the harbour's edge. The incredible location, the exquisite interior design, the stunning landscapes, and the sheer beauty of the building. Only once in a lifetime does a residence of this distinction present itself as your ideal home. Creating an architectural masterpiece of this quality and scale on such a prominent harbour peninsula site is no easy feat. A preeminent team of leading architects and designers have committed to producing a landmark that will leave a lasting legacy. A unique development of a kind never before seen on Sydney Harbour. A marriage of nature, architecture and landscape, seamlessly designed to integrate with this phenomenal environment and the established heritage that make Kurraba Point such a special place to live.
When we started Thirdi Group, we wanted to create legacy projects. Projects that we could be proud of, that one day we're going to be able to bring our children and their grandchildren past and point at that and say that we built that. And I think that Kurraba Point is exactly that type of project for us. When we secured Kurraba Point, we knew how important it was to get the very best of Sydney's consultants, Australia's consultants involved. So step one was to get Adam Haddo, which has that amazing vision of this luxury lifestyle. And then you've got Will from Dengar Barron Smith. Will is exceptional at that landscaping, and we needed those two key ingredients for the people looking at the project and what they see, and the people that live in it and what they experience. And then finally we've got Philip Matheson from Matheson Architects, who is known along that lower North Shore and Sydney for luxury living, for our interior design. So, I always talk about the DNA in our projects, and I think that the core ingredients of those three individuals and their firms are going to make something truly exceptional at Kurraba Point.
So we've always found interior design really a super important part of what we do. It's really the touch point of how someone experiences a space. I guess one of the real keys for the project is to get that seamless integration between the interiors and the architecture. And one of the real, examples of that is the transition between the interior living spaces and the external balconies, and just ensuring that that's absolutely seamless so that the exterior forms part of the interior as well.
Kurraba Point is a beautiful part of the Sydney Harbour, and I think it's important with the landscape that it doesn't feel like there's the harbour landscape and then there's our landscape, so they blend together. It's not a native landscape necessarily, but it does have cues in terms of how the harbour looks and how we look, so they blend together beautifully.
We are so blessed to live in Sydney, and you are even more blessed if you get to live on Sydney Harbour. So just the ability to engage with that landscape every day, I think, is really quite spectacular. I want this building to be so part of its place that people think it's been there forever, and that it's just a beautiful, quiet place for people to live. I don't want it to be a building that screams at you. I want it to be that confident, well-dressed building that sits on the headland, engages with the landscape, and people look at it and think that's a really classic contemporary building.
We work very hard in the industry to deliver the absolute best that we can. We work with the best consultants, we work with the best builders to ensure that the Thirdi Group and the legacy projects that we deliver stand the test of time, and Kurraba Point will definitely be one of those.
The world's finest blue water harbour to call your own. The views that take your breath away. The foreshore parks, sheltered coves and secret beaches. Only moments to the business heart of Sydney. You feel so far, yet so close. Where the beauty of Sydney Harbour is a simple, everyday pleasure. Kurraba Residences create a beautiful conversation between harbour and home. A rare opportunity to own an architectural treasure in one of the most exclusive harbour enclaves in Sydney. Yours to own.